Okay, and then for our third experiment, we are going to react this 6 molar hydrochloric acid here. Very dangerous, very dangerous to the skin and to us. It would burn instantly. So this is something we got to be really careful with. So we're going to react that inside a test tube with just one of these pieces of magnesium. Okay, so I'm going to really carefully just add some hydrochloric acid. Okay, to that. Right, to that test tube. I'm going to put the piece of magnesium in there, and then what we should see is like a gas forming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cap that immediately with this other test tube. I'm going to try and catch the gas that's forming out of there in this other test tube. And then when I do that, I'm going to try and touch it to the Bunsen burner flame right there after a minute. So I'm going to have to just put this in the rack. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but we should see like some bubbling happening pretty quickly from this. I'm going to do that. Yeah, it's definitely bubbled up right away. You can see the smoke coming out of there. And I'm going to catch this. I'm going to try my best to catch that. Catch as much of that gas as I can. I'm trying my best to catch it inside this test tube. And then, you know, that way if I keep this, as long as I keep this flipped over, that gas that's I'm collecting should stay in the test tube and not escape to the air. All right, so that's burned up really quickly, that piece of magnesium. It's kind of spinning on the top, the last little bit of it. Because it definitely formed into making a gas. Let's see what happens when I touch to the flame. So that loud, that good loud, little high-pitched noise, that is evidence that there was hydrogen gas, right, in our test tube here, and not, you know, something like oxygen or a different gas. And that does make sense because we did start with HCl, right? So I'll give you that hint. One of your products from part 1 is hydrogen gas. Because then part B, what we were doing is our react. So that was your product for part A. Part B, you have hydrogen gas in the tube, and then you're reacting that. So it's a product in part A, it becomes a reactant in part B, because now that's what I'm using here. And then after that, you know, high-pitched squeal, we got a different product or products for part B. Okay, so you guys can finish up that last procedure here, and then you have a couple more on the back. You have a couple more predicting practice problem sheets.